Countdown to blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater. Lord Blood-Rah, good! Welcome.
Oh, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekaritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater. Rod Serling, the man behind the seminal TV series The Twilight Zone and the underappreciated horror anthology series Night Gallery, was a rarity in Hollywood. He was not only a respected, award-winning screenwriter, he was the first recipient of a Peabody Award for television writing for his screenplay for Requiem for a Heavyweight, but he also became a TV personality, hosting both The Twilight Zone and Night Gallery, and also narrating many films, TV specials, and movie trailers. Tonight's film was narrated by the great Rod Serling. Partially. Tonight, it's the 1972 part documentary, part horror anthology, Encounter with the Unknown. I say partially narrated because someone else, totally uncredited, narrates the opening and closing of the film, and Serling introduces each of the three stories. Stories which are, the film claims, based on true events. Well, let's see. My lords and ladies, without further ado, I give to you three tales of the weird and uncanny as seen through a low budget lens. Here is Encounter with the Unknown.
During the years 1949 through 1970, Dr. Jonathan Rankin conducted extensive research in the field of psychic phenomena and cataloged hundreds of events that defy rational explanation. The most intriguing aspect of the research was the discovery of an apparent relationship between many of these events and certain cemeteries located throughout the United States. According to Dr. Rankin, 453 people directly involved in these strange events were buried in only 23 separate cemeteries throughout the nation. This apparent final grouping of people who were touched by the unknown is referred to in parapsychology as the Rankin Cluster phenomena. The following episodes are based on supposedly true events described in Dr. Rankin's writing and involving one of the mystery cemeteries.
There are few things as strange as reality, for reality comes to us wearing many faces, disguised as all manner of things. What is reality and what is illusion? Some things we think are real may be merely wisps of smoke from our minds, and some things we think illusion are merely cloaked in that guise, so they may play their parts without knowing what they really are. This is one reality. At least, we can think it is. And this perhaps reality starts off a chain of events so strange, we can only guess whether it was real or whether, after all, it was only an illusion. Did these events happen by coincidence or by an unknown and unknowable calculation? Let's start by populating this day's stage with some of the characters.
I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Dave
Though his
Terrell,
body be destroyed, yet shall
Frank
I
Cameron,
see God, whom I shall see for myself.
Randy
and I
Powell.
shall behold. And
Three young men, college students,
we brought
all the
this
boy
world,
next door,
and it is certain
all
we can
people
carry
we've
it.
known before.
The
Brother
Lord
Taylor,
gave,
a well-meaning and
the Lord hath
God-fearing
taken
man.
away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And so, Lord, we commend to thee the earthly remains of John Davis.
Johnny Davis, the one who holds the rather dubious place of honor at this gathering. And this is Camille Davis, Johnny's mother, the seventh daughter of a seventh son. Does she have anything to do with our story? Perhaps. Let's unfold it.
He was cut down untimely, but you in your infinite wisdom know best. Take the soul of this young man, Lord, and may he dwell in your hallways forever. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Amen.
Listen you well to my word. One by land, two by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true.
Listen and listen well. 1 for the money, 2 for the show. It's already obvious these 3 have got to go. Look to the heptagon. Google it, I have no idea what that is. 7 times around we all go. And now the commercials will bring us woe. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Wrackin Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
The poet, the figure model who loves to show it.
You suppose he could be physically attracted to her? No, man, he ain't the type. You don't get enough vitamin E.
All these are beat. All these you'll meet in A Bucket of Blood.
Let us make the scene. Crazy.
Come, enjoy yourself. Where the hilarious enjoy the horrifying in A Bucket of Blood.
No, you're gonna shoot me! Don't shoot!
Come to the land of living dreams, where realists dream of the unreal.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Beatniks at their bawdiest. The creative urge at its most primitive. I'm deeply moved, and I shall compose a poem. Love is art. Art is love. It's the weirdest and the wildest.
I don't want to make statues anymore. I want to get married. To you.
Now back to Encounter with the Unknown, as the corpse's mother, Camille, has apparently laid a curse on the 3 boys at her son's funeral. Why? Let's find out. Oh, and this next segment has a rather shocking moment of violence, so you've been warned.
Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like a refill on your drink? Sir, would you like another drink?
Excuse me. I think she's talking to you.
Would you care for something?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I would.
Okay, here. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you care for anything?
Sorry, Father. Guess I was pretty deep in thought. I didn't even hear.
We all get that way sometimes. Deep thought is sometimes a bridgeway across our problems.
Father, do you believe in the supernatural?
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess it sounds pretty silly, but I was wondering if you believed in the supernatural.
Don't you realize the supernatural is my business? You might say I'm a pro at it.
I hadn't thought of it that way. I guess you're right.
I'm one of those many people who have a supernatural boss. He's a good boss. Gentle boss. One who knows all the answers. Sometimes doesn't tell you what they are. What made you think of the supernatural anyway?
Oh, nothing.
Listen you well to my word. One by land, two by sky.
Well, yes, something. Well, look, Father, I'm not a Catholic.
It doesn't make any difference.
No, I guess it doesn't. Something has been bugging me for the last couple of days, and I really need somebody to talk to about it.
So, I've got 2 ears. Talk.
Well, I guess I should begin at the beginning. It all started in this pool hall. Randy Powell, this friend of mine, and I, and Dave Terrell. We're all roommates at State. I'm sorry, Father. I'm Frank Cameron.
Good to know you, Frank. I'm Father Dwayne.
Good to know you too, Father. Well, anyway, we were at this pool hall, just having fun, and there was this guy there, Johnny Davis. We were just sort of kidding him around, you know. We didn't mean any harm.
Sure, she's ready. Don't you think so, Dave?
Sure she is, man. She was ready last night.
You know what?
What?
I'll bet we could fix old Johnny up with her.
Oh, I don't know, man. She might be a little tough for him. What do you think, Johnny?
Who is she? I don't know many girls. She's a new kid that just moved in down the block. She's about 17 and, well, you know. Hey, Randy, why don't you give her a call? We can send old Johnny over from right here.
All right. I'll just do that. Darlene? Remember me? This is Randy. Yeah. Well, I'm just down the street. Uh-huh. You are? Well, look, what are you doing tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I just bet you are. Hey, look, Darlene. Dave and Frank are over here. And we have a good friend named Johnny. He'd like to have a date with you. You can? That's terrific. Well, you know what I mean, don't you, Darlene? Huh? Yeah. Well, as long as we understand each other. Well, look, this guy that's coming over tonight is a personal friend of mine. Dig? Yeah. So I want you to take real good care of him. Okay? Huh? Yeah, he'll be over in about 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Darlene. Have fun. Well, she wants to see him.
What's the address? Hey, I forgot her name.
Her name is Darlene, and she lives at 3536 Elm. Yeah, that's it, 3536 Elm. You got that? Yeah. You fellas over here?
Yeah, we'll be right here when you get through.
Okay, Johnny, get off.
address you sent him to?
Well, I don't know. What difference does it make?
Who's there?
It's me, Darlene. Johnny. You know, Randy called?
Who do you want?
Oh, come on, Darlene. Don't put me down. Just open the door.
There's no one here by that name. This is the Wilson residence.
They're named Darlene?
No, young man. You've probably got the wrong address.
And besides that, you're liable to get hurt. Walking up to a strange house in the middle of the night. Why, I've got my husband's pistol out, and I certainly don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh, dear God!
Darlene!
He was just a child. I know that I shouldn't have had the gun in the house, but my husband insisted because he travels so much. Oh, my God. He was just a child.
It's all right, Mrs. Wilson. It was a tragic accident. Now, I'm sure there won't be any charges, but you understand you'll have to be at the station tomorrow.
I'll tell my husband. Who was the boy?
John Davis. Lived about 6 blocks from here. Is there any reason why he might have come here?
No. All I know is he asked for a girl named...
So that's how it happened, Father. If it hadn't been for our damn fool trick, Johnny would still be alive today.
Frank, I know it's upsetting, but a lot of times, without meaning to, we set into motion things we can't control. Now, maybe if you...
Wait a minute, Father. I know what you're going to say. I've heard it before. But that's not the end of the story. In fact, I'm not sure it's got an end.
Go on.
Well, we all went to the funeral. Not a big town. And everyone knew and liked Johnny. We could have cut our own throats. Anyway, after the funeral, his mother turned to us and said the strangest thing.
Listen you well to my word. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true.
And that's what she said, Father. If I could only tell you about the tone of her voice. Look in her eye.
All right. She had just lost her only child. You can't be too angry with her anger.
I know. But it's what she said. Now, I looked up heptagon. That means a 7-sided figure. And she said 7 times around go the 3 of us.
What?
Well, Father, 7 days after the funeral, Dave and I were going to chemistry lab. We were in kind of a hurry.
Old Time Radio Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium, chilling audio nightmares from radio classics like Lights Out, The Witch's Tale, Dark Fantasy, and many more. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium. Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
Coming to this theater soon, The Beast of Yucca Flats. Filmed on the burning hot sands by Yucca Flats. See terror, panic, murder. See the Cardoza and Francis production of The Beast of Yucca Flats. See a man turn killer. See a woman ravaged. See one of the most exciting movies ever made. See The Beast of Yucca Flats. A killer on the loose. Death sweeps across the desert. Panic. A bloodthirsty killer stalks a moonlit desert. See The Beast of Yucca Flats.
As we return to Encounter with the Unknown, it seems that I think Frank and Dave are, well, holy Lugosi. My eyes just aren't what they were. Nothing is, really. All right, now what's happening?
Hey, man, you did. Yes, I did. I got her right upside the head, man. Really hit her? Yep. She just pushed me too far, and I just hauled off and let her have it. I don't think I hit a girl. Hey, listen, man, I gotta
That's the way it happened, Father. Exactly 7 days.
Look, Frank. Strange things happen to all of us. You're upset because of a distraught remark at a graveside made by a woman who'd lost her only child. Now, you're looking for reasons that don't exist. The only reason is sheer coincidence. Besides, time will take it away. I assume it was some time ago.
No, it wasn't. It was just last Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
I know. It was 1 week ago today. That makes this the 14th day. And 14 is 2 times 7.
Oh, stop it, Frank. You're letting a simple coincidence jar your entire life. Now, God works in strange ways, but he doesn't deal in hexes or witchcraft. Forget it. Look, you've got a life to lead. My advice is just to go back to school and lead it.
Sure, Father. Sure. Thanks for letting me bend your ear.
What else do you think we're here for? Well, Frank, this is where I get off. I hope I've helped you.
Believe me, Father, you have.
Have a nice trip.
Flight 180 crash.
Oh, my God, where are they taking?
Hangar B.
Father, could I talk to you a minute? Something's bothering me.
Well, certainly, Father Dorian. Shall we go inside?
No, that's not necessary. What I have to ask is so strange and unreasonable that not only do I want God and you to hear it, I want the outdoors to hear it, too.
Couldn't be as bad as that.
Well, probably not, Father, but if you remember, I had just gotten off of Flight 180 before that crash.
You recall 7 people were killed?
Yes, yes, I do. Terrible thing. It was last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yes, 7 days ago. Let me tell you the story that one of the more unfortunate people on that plane told me. Do you think such a series of coincidences can just happen?
Well, Father Dwayne, I'll not say to you no. I know your heart is troubled, and this would be the 21st day, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I don't know how I'm going to get this out of my mind.
Shall I tell you?
If you can, Father.
It's really fairly simple, as most things usually are. You mentioned the third boy's name, and you know that he attends college at the State University. Why don't you just call him there?
I've been afraid. It's a good idea, Father. I've been waiting for God to give me the answer.
God moves in strange ways, and sometimes employs the most ridiculous messengers.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Randy? Randy Powell?
No, this is Joe's pool hall. He ain't here.
It's sort of important. I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just kidding. Randy's gone for the day. But I can have him call you when he gets in this evening. No, sir. He's gone skydiving.
So Randy Powell went skydiving. What was it that woman named Camille said? 1 by land and 2 by air. Didn't Frank say that he found a heptagon to be a 7-sided figure? And didn't Dave die 7 days after Johnny's funeral? And Frank 14 days after? What is the reality and what is the illusion? Our story doesn't tell us. But I wonder if Randy knows that it's the 21st day.
Listen, you. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look for the hectagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just and true.
Hey, man, you did. Yes, I did. I got her right upside the head, man. Really hit her? Yep. She just pushed me too far, and I just hauled off and let her have it. I don't think I hit a girl. Hey, listen, man, I gotta cut you.
You know, given what he just said, I don't feel too bad about that one.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding sea. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death. The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra, Jr.
You got a monster in the surf. Yeah, yeah.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
It is tradition that ghosts and ghouls and various other citizens of the grotesque wrap themselves in malevolent mists and deep darkness. Horror is a condition existing most often when morning seems farthest away. So it would seem unlikely that this bright spring day in 1906 would begin a horror that to this day haunts a small community in southern Missouri. A boy and his dog chased dreams and butterflies back and forth across Saturday. Observe one man-child and one man-child's dog on their way to a uniquely soul-shattering rendezvous with darkness. A terrifying encounter with the unknown.
Hey, lady.
Oh, goodness. Give me a star.
Pa, I can't find her in no place. I looked and looked, ain't found her no place.
Any place, and don't say ain't.
Pa, I couldn't find her. Will you help me look?
Son, she'll come home. Probably out chasing a coon. Or rabbit. No? Maybe the old gal's found herself a new lover. Get your hands washed, son.
that you, lady? I didn't know who it was for. Please. Don't. Oh, please.
Son, it's me, son. What in the world are you doing out here?
Papa, is it really you? I didn't know who it was for.
It's all right, son. It's all right now. What possessed you to come out here, son? Your ma and I was worried, son, when you weren't home in bed. Is that your dog down in that hole?
I don't think it's Lady Pa. It's a crazy sound, ain't it?
Crazy. I agree with you there, son.
It's not Lady Pa. Let's go.
Come on.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is, the boy lost his dog. Yeah, you remember, lady? Yeah, we've used her for hunting. Yeah, it seems the boy was fishing and fell asleep. The darn dog plumb disappeared. And she ain't come back. Yeah, the kid asked his pa to help him find the dog, but heck, Joe, he said the dog will come back and didn't pay it no more mind. So the boy went out looking for his dog in the middle of the night. Did you find him? Heck no, and that ain't the whole story. Come on, Doc. Joe went out looking for his son, found him near out of his mind at the edge of a big hole in the ground. What hole in the ground? Oh, I don't know, just some big hole somewhere near Joe's place.
I'd imagine with all these heavy rains we've been having, it washed and opened into a cave. You know this county's full of them.
Yeah, that's true. Underground rivers and places, if you fell into them, man, you'd never get out.
Yeah, the craziest thing was the sounds coming out of that hole in the ground. Joe and the boy both heard crazy sounds, weird, like someone was in trouble in there at first. Maybe an animal down in there. Probably the dog. I said it was probably the dog. Nah, they don't think so. Anyways, Joe's gone up to the constable's, trying to get him to go out there and check up on it. He thinks.
Any of you boys want to go with us out to Joe's place? Seems like there's a new cave opening. Maybe, anyway. Joe seems to think there's something down in it. Moaning and groaning.
That's right. Yeah, we heard. I'll go. You know, we haven't had as much excitement around here since Little Joe's got in trouble with that book sale.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened?
He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me.
Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city.
There he goes!
Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
too. Wouldn't want to miss it. Back later.
Doc,
I don't want him to leave me.
Jonas, that's all right. It's just the constable and some other men going out to investigate a new cave where someone or something has fallen on in. Now, go on home. Go on. Attaboy.
What are you gonna do, Pa? Somebody going down the hole?
Don't know yet, son. We haven't decided. The constable's gonna look it over.
Come on, boys, take a look at this.
Like here 2 days now. How about Friday? Be careful, son.
Wow.
Don't get too
Wow.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know, Joe. I'll take an awful lot to fill that hole.
Here, let's try this.
I don't think it could be the dogs.
I never heard a noise like that before.
Well, one thing, if we don't leave, we're going to get soaked.
Yeah, you may be right, Joe. Nothing we can do around here, leastwise not without a rope, huh? Yeah. Come on, boys. Come on, son.
What about my dog, Pa? You think it might be her down there?
No dog ever made a sound like that. Come on.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs.
Why, well. I don't know. I think we should have stayed out there. It stopped raining in a few minutes. Besides, there might be somebody down there.
Who?
Well, how in the hell do I know? Anybody, old fool. But if there is someone down there, then I think we ought to go down and try to get him out. You know, a little Christian attitude wouldn't hurt any of us around here.
Old Joe Richard's mare about to pull. Could be she's slipping the hole.
Well, I think we ought to go back out there tomorrow.
Whatever's out there in that hole ain't human or animal. It's the work of the devil. Maybe it's a warning.
Son, go settle the mare and ride into town and get the constable. Ask him to get Hank and Ned and anybody else he can find. And meet me at the hole. It's time we settle this thing.
Joe, I wish you wouldn't go. Not tonight, anyways. Why don't you wait till tomorrow when you have more light? What difference does it make? Have a worry about it, Joe.
Now look here, woman. You and your forewarnings and premonitions nonsense. Why, the boy still thinks it has something to do with his dog. Now, I really don't think the dog is down there, but we owe it to Jess to at least try. Don't you agree? And that wailing noise is getting serious.
It could be danger.
Please, Ma. We'll be home for long. You'll see.
Oh, you two. There's no stopping you. You be careful now, you hear?
We will, Ma. We will.
That's the scariest sound I ever heard. Makes your skin so crawl.
Well, I'll say it again. There ain't nothing, neither human or animal, in that hole.
You may be right. You know, I say we ought to drop a stick of dynamite down that hole and blow it to kingdom come.
No, the dog might be down there.
It ain't human and it ain't animal.
What's that?
What's what?
That noise in the trees.
I hear nothing. Oh, it's the dummy.
Oh, boy, that's all we need him out here. How'd he get out here anyway?
I must have walked, I guess.
Yeah, I remember reading about a cave like that once, of these big rooms. Went back for miles. I mean miles. All underground, mind you. Like a city almost. Room after room of these crazy pillows of rocks, a million different colors. Some different, some crazy. Some of the pillows even upside down, hanging from the ceiling.
Somebody ought to go down there.
Not me. Hell no, you bust the rope.
What do you think we ought to do, Joe?
I'll do it, Pa. It just might be Lady. I don't want to get her back, Pa. She might be hurt, too. And how'd you ever get out?
It's not likely to have anything to do with the dogs.
Yes, but it might be, Pa. And if it is, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, if it means so much to you, I'll go down there. Leastways to take a look. I'm sure not going to let you do it. Bill, see if you can throw that rope over that limb. Let her hang down right here.
Okay, man. What's the rope? Man, I wouldn't go down there for $1 million.
If I gave you $1 million, I wouldn't want you to go down that hole on the end of a rope.
Well, if I went down there, I wouldn't want you on the top end either.
And if I had $1 million, I'd load up the truck and move to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. Okay, that's enough of that. The young actor playing the mentally challenged Jonas was Charlie Dell, a character actor still working today, whom fans of 1970s Saturday morning television may remember as Professor E.J. Parsifoot from Jason of Star Command. The series also starred James Scotty Doohan of Star Trek fame in its first season. He left to do Star Trek the Motion Picture in 1979. It also starred the great Sid Haig, who played the series villain Dragos. I believe the show is still out there on Blu-ray and DVD. Check it out. Fun stuff.
Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy. That's what he meant.
Answer me, or I destroy you.
Stop.
There's something behind this, something we don't understand. The weapon he uses, it's unheard of. Blasting flesh right off the bones.
Master control to fleet, set flight pattern to -.08. Increase speed.
They're coming right at us! Get down inside the cave!
As we return to Encounter with the Unknown, the men of the town are gathered around the mysterious hole with the demonic wailings emanating from it, and preparing to send one of them down into it.
All right, you men hold on tight to the end of that rope. It's plenty deep. There may be water down there, too. All right, let's get it over with. Got that lantern ready?
Oh, my God.
Okay, music.
Take it slow, Tom.
Well, where in the hell have you been? I got here as soon as I could. Well, come on, give us a hand on this rope. We're letting Joe down in the hole. Why didn't you say so?
All right, take it slow, Tom. Remember, got a lantern down there. Can't go too fast.
He ain't on there. He ain't something. Heavy as you are, you ought to be on the end of this rope when we're ready to pull Joe up.
Is that rope still slack? Thank God.
What's happening?
Oh, Joe.
Pull it up! Pull it up! Something's happened to my paw!
Come on, pull! Pull!
I'm pulling! I'm pulling!
Hurry! Hurry! Come on! Let's get him out of there! Pull! Pull!
I'm pulling! I'm pulling! Harder!
Pull harder! Hurry! Hurry! Pull! Pull!
Harder!
Pull harder! Hurry! Come on! Pull! Pull! Hurry! Come on! Pull!
He's dead.
He's still breathing.
Help him up. Here, put this under his head.
Huh?
He's still breathing.
My God, look at his eyes.
Joe.
Funny weather for this time of year.
Pa, I can't find Letty anyplace.
Go settle the mare and ride into town and get the constable. It's time we settle this thing.
What do you think we ought to do, Joe?
I'll do it, Pa. It just might be Lady, and I want to get her back.
This means so much to you. I'll go down there.
He's alive. Lift him up. Easy now. Easy.
No one knows what happened down in that cave. Joe was a strong, intelligent man who had lived his entire life close to the earth. Never before had he intruded upon the affairs of that godless society that dwells deep within the bowels of the earth. But he did leave him. After a manner of speaking, somehow through this wild experience, he had lost his mind. He was insane, and spent the rest of his life in the state insane asylum. There is a bridge in our mind that leads through time and memory from what we know to shores beyond knowing. It sways high and darkly dangerous above the canyons of our disbelief, like some spectral span spun by devils for us to tread. To walk this bridge is to accept all kinds of possibilities, especially the most exciting possibility of all, the possibility of impossibility. Some tales of the impossible so capture the imagination that they quickly spread over much of the country. The Girl on the Bridge is such a tale. Countless variations of this story are told and retold. In North Carolina, it is the Lydia story. In Illinois, it's the Specter of the Mists. And in Texas, it's called the White Rock Lady. Dozens of interviews and hours of newspaper research trace the story's origin and consequent spread across the country, from central Arkansas, beginning in 1929. Come now and explore the possibility of the impossible. Come stand beside the Girl on the Bridge.
Miss, are you all right? Are you hurt? Are you okay? Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. Would you take me home?
Of course I'll take you home. But what happened to you? Are you here all alone?
I don't know. I'm afraid so.
Are you sure you're all right?
Please, just take me home.
Of course I will.
Where do you live?
$3802 Kavanaugh. Near the park.
Now, come along. Let me help you into the car. I'll see that you get home.
What happened?
I don't know.
Are you sure you're all right?
I have to go home. My father worried about me.
Susan?
Hello?
I want to talk to you. Sit down.
Again, Father?
Okay, look. If you're watching this show, I know that you know where this story is headed. You know it, I know it. Hey, let's just go along for the ride. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
The explosive birth of a strange new world, the planet Nova, millions of miles away in the eerie silence of outer space. Man's rocket takeoff on an amazing voyage of exploration with a strange crew of 4 daring adventurers on board. A professor from an American university, a biochemist to run tests on whatever life exists, a doctor to check the known and the unknown medical data, a mineralogist to search for the radioactive materials that gave this new world birth. See their terrifying battle with savage beasts never known on Earth. The wild fear when mankind is brought face to face with giant mastodons from eons long past. A prehistoric world comes to life again today, millions of miles away in space. The horror of huge, maddened monsters raging for the kill. The battle of the Titans.
Hand me that Barry pistol.
Are you thinking of Ralph and Pat?
I hate to bring them into this. It's our only way out of here.
Susan, I told you to stay away from that boy. And I mean it.
But I love him.
That isn't true. You don't even know what love is.
Don't I, Father?
No, you don't. And I want you to get rid of that boy. Or I will.
I love Paul, and I want to marry him.
Don't talk like a fool, Susan. I never want to see that boy around here again. And besides, he could never support you.
And Wesley Carver could. Is that it, Father?
Yes. He could give you everything you've always wanted.
Everything you've always wanted. All I want is Paul.
Susan! I'd rather see you dead than married to that boy.
John? John? John?
Yes, what is it?
Why do you have to talk to Susan like that?
Because she's my daughter and I love her. Because I don't want to see her ruin her life.
And you think that loving and marrying Paul will ruin her life?
Emma, you know what that boy's family's like. He'll always be poor.
You know that boy works very hard at making something of himself. He reminds me of someone I used to know. I don't think I know you now, John. I mean it. When did money start to mean more than your family?
It doesn't.
Really? You're willing to sacrifice your daughter's happiness for it. You're breaking her heart. And I am ashamed for you.
She'll get over it. In time. I think I know what's best for her. She's not to see Paul again. I don't understand why she doesn't like that Carver boy.
She doesn't like him, John. She does like him. She just happens to believe you should love somebody in order to marry them.
Don't talk like a fool, Susan. I never want to see that boy around here again.
I love Paul, and I want to marry him. I love you.
Honey, why do you have to go to that party anyway?
You know Father worries about us. Besides, breaking my date with Wesley won't help. And neither will being late. We better go.
You shouldn't have said you'd go with him anyway.
Paul, you know I had nothing to say about that. Besides, I told you I'd meet you in the gazebo. Cheer up.
Oh, look. Here comes Susan with Wesley Carver. But I thought she was in love with Paul. She is, but her father's in love with the Carver money. She's not going to date Wesley, is she? Her father's trying to keep her from dating Paul, but guess who's in the gazebo? Paul? Hi.
Hi, how'd you get away so soon?
Oh, it was easy. I sent Wesley out for some punch. He's probably looking everywhere for me right now. All right, can't stay now. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, Paul. What are we going to do?
I know what we could do. We could run away.
I told you to stay away from that boy.
All mixed up.
You don't even know what love is.
Don't worry, Sue. I'll take care of you.
He could never support you.
Maybe we could talk to Father again, and he could give you some ideas.
We tried that, you know it. Our only chance is to go away. Together.
Yes, but maybe...
Susan, do you love me?
Yes, I love
Do you really, really love me?
you. Of course I do.
Then we'll work it out. We might not have much, but we will have each other.
We would be happy, wouldn't we?
You know we would.
There's no other way, is there?
What other way is there? Let's get married. Let's get married today.
Today? Married today?
Yes, today. Let's get married now, right now.
All right.
You mean it. You really mean it.
I do.
Let's go.
Hey, where are you going?
We're getting married.
Son of a...
Old Time Radio Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium, chilling audio nightmares from radio classics like Lights Out, The Witch's Tale, Dark Fantasy, and many more. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium. Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
How much Jack do you think's in that strong rock?
There's plenty of Cuban sugar, though.
Here's what happened. The general beat his friend Castro to the Cuban treasury. The strongbox is now on this boat. So are a deported American gangster and his moll. And lurking in the depths is the creature from the haunted sea.
You're a crazy mixed-up kid.
I am perfectly adjusted to my life of crime.
Don't worry, Mary Bell. I'll save you. It's all right. Be calm, everybody. The boat's insured.
Good evening, sir. Yes? I hate to bother you like this, sir, but my name is Senator Brooksmeyer. I have a young lady in the car who says she lives at this address. Now, she's quite upset and seems to have been in an accident of some sort.
You've made a mistake. I'm sorry.
You're willing to sacrifice your daughter's happiness for it. You're breaking her heart. And I am ashamed for you.
You must have the wrong address. She's gone.
Gone? But I would have heard the car door. What's happening?
I don't know, but I'm sure going to find out. Sir, if you just explain this to me.
Let me step outside. Close the door. I don't want my wife upset again.
I don't understand any of this, sir.
My daughter was in an accident on Woodson Road by the old bridge.
That's right. That's where we found her. But how did you know?
Let me try to explain. She was standing there. You stopped to help. And she asked you to bring her to this address.
Well, that's right. Yes.
There's only one thing wrong, Senator. That accident happened many years ago. And my daughter was killed. Time again, she tries to come back, but she never makes it.
If there were only something I could do, it's so hard to breathe after loving you. From a dream, looking back on a life that used to be. Never really understanding why you had to leave. If we could go back and change all that's been done, then perhaps this lonely time never would have
It has been said that our lives are merely bridges through time. But what of death? We know where death begins. But across what does it span? Where does it lead? These are questions Susan could easily answer, if we could but find her. And this too is possible. For dozens of people, including the senator, say she still stands upon the bridge waiting, perhaps for you, to pass her way once more.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for all you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is: Rod Serling, of course best known as the creator, writer, and host of the classic TV series The Twilight Zone, originally did not want to appear on camera to host the series. He wanted a specific actor to narrate the show. Which actor did Rod Serling originally want to host The Twilight Zone? Was it A. Vincent Price, B. Ronald Reagan, C. Richard Egan, or D. John Aston? Which actor did Rod Serling originally want to host The Twilight Zone? We'll find out after we enter this dark, deep abyss of greed known as the commercial zone. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: which actor did Rod Serling originally want to host The Twilight Zone? It was C. Richard Egan. Yes, Richard Egan, who appeared in many films in multiple genres throughout the 50s and 60s, including the 1954 sci-fi thriller Gog. Serling reportedly admired Egan's rich, deep voice and said, "It's Richard Egan or no one. It's Richard Egan or I'll do the thing myself." Well, Richard Egan wasn't available, so the rest is history. Though I'm sure in some other dimension of reality, there is a version of The Twilight Zone hosted by Vincent Price. A version hosted by John Aston would be fun too. But now, on to the conclusion of Encounter with the Unknown, where we are about to essentially recap everything we've already seen.
Do we make these memorials to the dead to help us remember? Surely we would never forget those we once loved. Then is there some other reason, some obscure force buried deep in the racial memory of man that makes us create a ceremony whenever one of us crosses over to the next portion of eternity? Can we measure that force, the force released by a death? And do we know what form it may take? We know what energy is released by a birth, by the start of a life in this plane. We celebrate it joyously at every anniversary. But what about its opposite? The energy released in this plane of existence when a life comes to an end. Doesn't some portion of it pass to those who loved him? Haven't you noticed that? The ones left behind seem somehow stronger, even in the midst of their grief. Look at the dead boy's mother. Her occult powers, never manifested before, are almost irresistible.
Listen you well to my word. One by land, two by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true.
Now, what about Johnny's death, the accident that set in motion this whole train of events? Was it an accident? Was his death the climax of some unfathomable plan rather than a mindless happening? His mother, remember, was the 7th daughter of a 7th son. Her powers were real, even if unknown to her until Johnny's death. Before you dismiss this as an unfortunate accident, consider for a moment the incredible chain of coincidental conditions that had to be met. An address to send Johnny to, chosen at random. A woman at home alone who opened her door to a stranger at night. A careful husband who left his wife a loaded automatic with the safety off. Death. Sudden. Violent. This is the trauma that will reinforce the thrust of the mind. Turn loose the death force, that strange parallel to the life force. Where will that force go? Do you know? And are you altogether sure you would want to know? Let us consider witchcraft for a moment. Genuine witches are difficult to identify. They operate without a license. They're not required to register anywhere. But witchcraft is booming in America and England. Thousands of people are dabbling in black or white magic. Surely then, witches must reveal themselves from time to time, if only to keep the faith of the coven fresh and strong. Witchcraft began apparently with earliest mankind. Once it was called the old religion. Probably tribal fertility rites forced underground by religious persecution. Experts in occult matters claim to trace the origins of black magic to migrations from the lost continent of Atlantis, the last of which reached Egypt, where the powerful secret diagrams were recorded in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, famous as the source of most of today's rituals in the occult. In a matter of magic, whether white or black, the key ingredient is belief. And who can measure the power of suggestion, which is where belief begins? Remember, this suggestion by Johnny's mother was reinforced by the boy's death. If a victim is at all susceptible to suggestion and knows a curse was put on him, the knowledge alone may be enough to do him in one way or another.
Whatever's out there in that hole ain't human or animal. It's the work of the devil.
What do you believe? Because belief will make it so. The power of man's mind, the power of his belief, is only now beginning to be understood. Be careful above all of what you decide you want, the wise man said, because you will probably get it. These men are making ready to explore an unknown, but they have already convinced themselves of the nature and quality of what they will find there. They are expecting evil, anticipating enemy rather than friend, danger rather than promise. I ask you, what did you expect them to find? Because they did.
put you down there for $1 million. If I gave you $1 million, I wouldn't want you to go down that hole on the end of a rope. Well, if I went down there, I wouldn't want you on the top end either.
All right, you men hold on tight to the end of that rope. It's plenty deep. And there may be water down there, too. All right, let's get it over with. Got that lantern ready?
Oh, my God.
What was the exact moment when Joe decided to say goodbye to his wife by dropping the photograph from the wall? Or was that something Joe decided? Was it a voluntary thought, powered by the extreme fear that gripped him? Or involuntary, the last lucid flash before his sanity went? We remain baffled by the power of rational thought, by the hidden sources of creativity, by the marvels the human mind can conceive and achieve. We have attacked the brain with scalpel, drugs, electricity, but the suspicion grows that its secrets are beyond us. Is the mind more than the brain? It is beginning to appear that there is almost nothing the mind cannot do, from controlling the subtle nuances of our own bodies to hurling unlikely technical complexities across the galaxies. May it not then preside over its own death in some peculiar fashion we may never understand? Some fashion we may never want to understand? Would understanding bring greater fear? But we must work our way past fear if mankind is to go on. The next great step in the evolution of man is to learn about his mind, his brain. Not only where it came from, we make educated guesses about that, but more important, where can it possibly go? Given the courage to overcome fear, what can we learn about ourselves? The Girl on the Bridge is a classic ghost story. Classic because it is a keystone of our culture. The dear departed who do not quite depart. Why can't they let go? Is it because we can't let go of them? Is our love the anchor that holds some part of them near?
Miss, you all right?
Maybe it is something even stronger than love, more enduring, like obligation, the belief that there is something you must do. And remember, in the enchanted room, in the unique miracle of the mind, what you believe to be true either is true or your mind will make it so.
So Randy Powell went skydiving. What was it that woman named Camille said? 1 by land and 2 by air. Didn't Frank say that he found a heptagon to be a 7-sided figure? And didn't Dave die 7 days after Johnny's funeral? And Frank 14 days after? What is the reality and what is the illusion? Our story doesn't tell us. But I wonder if Randy knows that it's the 21st day.
Listen, you. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look for the hectagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just and true.
Well, there it was. 3 stories of the supernatural that were supposedly real. But were they? Well, one of the writers, Jack Anderson, was a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and columnist who broke many important political stories in the 60s and 70s. So, were these 3 stories carefully researched by this award-winning journalist and found to be true? Or is he just picking up a few bucks contributing to a screenplay for a low-budget B-movie? What do you think? Well, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.